miscellaneous, it would say negative whatever my bonus is supposed to be.
Mm.
So that was just something I noticed, and apparently it was that way on this character sheet. So
Yeah, I bought a copy of Fantasygrams and I dumped Hero Labs.
I like the character sheets that Hero Labs prints out, but that's about it.
but I'm starting to adjust to using fantasy grounds to build my characters. So I'm eventually going to dump Hero Labs, I think.
Okay. And Nick, you can see that cavern, that passageway to your northeast opens up into a larger cavern. And up in the distance, you can see a small flickering like a campfire.
Right. Sword in hand, weapon cord on sword, light spell on sword. I'll walk on in.
Okay, you see a small campfire and a well-used bedroll, along with a few utensils and tools sitting near another cave opening in the far wall of this cavern. You see a dwarf milling about, and I have a picture of the dwarf.
Why do I get the feeling somebody's going to get mauled by a dwarf again?
What are you talking
Revenge of
about?
the
I never
dwarf!
got involved.
Revenge of the Dwarf, motherfucker!
He better do it while I'm first level. He might not get the chance later.
And on the northern end of the wall, you can see that he has someone tied up. And this figure is sitting up against the cave wall.
That's nice. I'm assuming we're going straight to initiative. He doesn't look like he wants to talk.
Yeah, give me just go ahead and roll for initiative. Let me adjust my screen here just a tad. Okay, he sees you and starts screaming about agents of the Crusade have finally come to arrest him. And he is withdrawing. He's picked up a light crossbow. And Nick, it's your go.
Oh, he didn't like him. All right. I will move up and attack him with non-lethal.
So then I'm not going to try and kill this guy.
Well, just because Rashidi did something doesn't mean you have to do it.
That's true. Of course, tell that to my dice.
You realize you hit. Unless
yeah,
your plus
you
7
hit.
bonus.
Oh,
Unless
I
your
did.
plus 7 bonus ain't right.
Yeah. All I saw was the 7, and I immediately thought of that line. Oh well.
Power attack plus 7 this early? Wow.
Apparently.
I think one of your bonuses is doubling.
Yeah, I don't think that's quite right.
Did you rage or something?
Nope.
Interesting.
Well, let's see.
Actually, why is... Because on my sheet, my attack bonus is 4. Why is that showing up as 7?
Because somehow you got a +4 and the power attack brought it down to a 7.
Unless something's up with my power attack.
No, it looks like the power attack's fine. Looks like you got a +4 attack from something that shouldn't be there.
I have a... My regular melee total is +4.
I was gonna
Because I
say
have
your
the
strength.
+3 bonus from my strength and what's it called? The regular base attack bonus +1.
I'm going to begin a bardic performance. Inspire courage. Remember to add +1 to your attacks and to damage.
So did that hit go through?
Yeah, if my +7's right, it did hit.
Well, okay then.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's supposed to have a +3.
Oh,
I
oh,
was gonna say +3 from strength, +1 from base.
got
Unless
it.
he's got another feat in there that we don't know about.
Close out a few windows. And no, it did not hit.
I'll just take the damage off and
So he has 0 damage. Okay, Katie, you're up. Hey, Josh, that's +1 to attack and for your performance. +1 to damage.
Yep. Only melee damage, though. It unfortunately doesn't give damage to spells, but it will give her range touch a bonus.
You don't stack with ranged weapons either?
Just for melee.
my great sword has a +8 something or other.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. How'd you get a +8 on your greatsword? Go look inside your greatsword and see if it's adding an additional 4 on top of the already assumed bonuses.
Yeah, it's adding a 4. Base stat plus a bonus of 4.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, it's all that's automated. You don't need to add the manual 4.
I don't know why that was there.
Hero Labs.
Wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Okay. And he is going to cast Color Spray at Flare.
Attack of opportunity.
Yeah, go ahead and take it. I'm glad to see you rolled better than he did.
All right,
Flare
he's
gets one as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, go ahead and take it, because he definitely missed you.
with color spray.
Oh, it's saved for half damage, isn't it?
It's saved to negate the effects.
Yeah, he made the save.
All right, so 21. He's got a DC 31 concentration check.
Can you just say it failed?
No, he didn't make it.
Save yourself from the embarrassment, DM. There.
uh,
He can certainly take an attack opportunity on, and I can't move him because he's neutral.
Wait, you are tied up.
Okay, bound to the floor. Okay, I didn't know if my hands were just behind my back or something.
And these three are gonna pop in the room.
So does Albert look traumatized?
He looks anxious.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we interrupting something? We can leave you two alone. So he still has a crossbow in hand, and he just cast a spell. Correct?
Yes. Oh, and he drops to the ground, dying.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna go untie this dude.
Okay, we are out of initiative. Okay, and Rashidi.
I'm specifically looking first for identification to figure out why he's wanted by the Crusaders. If I find anything, I'm going to try to stabilize him.
Okay, let's see what you find on the body. You find you don't find anything clearly stating who he is. However, you do find a potion and a couple of scrolls and a dagger.
Quick scan to take magic on the dagger.
Uh,
See magic.
no, the dagger is not showing as magic. Other than what Rashidi is holding, no, Katie, you don't see any magic.
I pass the potion and the scroll over to her. I'll go ahead and try to stabilize him anyway.
If
What
it
are
can...
the
Sorry.
what are the scroll and potions?
One is a potion of Cure Light Wounds. I'm sorry, there's 2 potions, 2 scrolls. One is a potion of Cure Light, a potion of Invisibility, a scroll of Shocking Grasp, and a scroll of Resist Energy.
With sea magic, she has an automatic 24 on her check to identify. Can she tell what caster levels they are?
No. Let's say they're standard scrolls,
Okay.
because it doesn't state otherwise.
It usually, by default, is the lowest possible for casting the spell.
Cool, I'll make a note of that.
So, Albert's ungagged?
Yes, Albert is ungagged.
Thank you, my friends. How the heck did you guys end up down here?
It was a most unfortunate circumstances. We were upstairs, above ground, watching a ceremony of sorts, and a demon being attacked and ripped the ground apart, and we fell down here. And now we found ourselves walking through these caves. How did you get to be here?
DM.
He too was also at the ceremony. He was just sitting on a different side. And, when the city was attacked, he got hit in the head and woke up here. So it looks like he was kidnapped by the dwarf.
There you go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Bad touch, bad touch.
I cannot imagine what a dwarf would want with you, but it is probably best that he is dying.
More than likely because I'm a holy man. And I go to my backpack and dig out my holy symbol of Sending Ray.
Ah, I see. It is fate that has brought us together.
I'm going to add a little bit to your story there, Kyle.
Sure.
You, from your time in the city and religious studies, you think that he is a mad dwarf that was forced to flee underground because of his research into vile magical traditions. And you have been trying to study him a little bit. You've just come across and you've just taken an interest, and well, apparently he took an interest back. And at certain times you would hear him talk about agents of the crusade, and how he hates the crusades and how they'll never get him.
But apparently we got him.
Surprise.
Thanks to you guys.
Vile magical practices, like color spray.
Yeah. Which he failed to successfully cast. Anyway, the dancing light spell that I just clicked in the chat, I'm going to send walking up the hallway that is to the northeast.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. I was going to make you a token for that.
Oh, yeah.
Before we head up that way, are y'all gonna do anything else in the room, or?
I'm gonna search through his stuff, his bedroll and stuff. Put the fire out.
Okay, we'll throw this into the party window. This is what you find.
And I'll hand the scale over to Albert.
No, yeah.
What is this?
Okay,
Extra.
you find another backpack, 6 trail rations, and a spell book.
Is this the spellbook with the vile magics in it? We should burn it.
I think the most vile thing in it is a shocking grasp.
Kyle,
Yeah.
from what I understand of these scales, as soon as you touch it, your character will know exactly what it is and what it does. So I'm not going to explain to you in character. You should just know.
Okay. I touched the dragon scales.
And let me pull up which one you ended up with.
Cloud walking. The one that casts levitate. It's got only 2 uses today.
Oh yes, the cloud walking. It brings up the it's a levitate spell, but you have pillars of clouds underneath you that provide concealment for anything in there, and as you raise and lower, this pillar gets bigger and smaller as well.
Okay. Movements get altered?
Give me half a second to answer that.
Hey, Josh.
Yes.
I found something out in another game from a player, I forget who. I thought it was Kyle. If you hold shift when you pull something out of the party sheet, it takes the whole stack.
Yeah, that was me.
Convenient.
That was me.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that one.
And Kyle, I'm gonna post a link for the scales for you.
So is it only 2 spells in that spell book?
No ma'am. It contains detect secret doors, fog cloud, grease, invisibility, resist energy, shocking grasp, and silent image.
Dude, have
Okay.
a second level spell?
No, they didn't put much into him, did they?
No, not at all. That would have been like the first thing I cast. Did he have a second level slot? Right. So make sure
Let
the
me
fire's
pull
put
him up.
out so it's not going to produce excess smoke.
Second level, he had blur and levitate.
Okay.
Okay. And you're gonna send the dancing lights up the hallway.
Yep.
Okay, they reveal a steeply inclined tunnel leading upwards to the north. Its walls are lined with numerous hooks, handholds, and dozens of iron pitons that would have been driven into the walls long ago. And the shaft leads upwards at a steep angle for about 60 feet. Rashidi, you didn't find any. And the room opens up and it continues It circles around and continues heading northward. Well, southward on the map. Upwards.
All right.
Up, it continues upwards. And yep, we're off of this map. Okay, give me just a second to open up maps. Alright, got a map, set the grid.
Hey Nick, how did you get dexterity to your scimitar at level 1?
That is a bonus feat granted by my class.
Oh, like an archetype or something?
Yes, it's a bard archetype.
Interesting. So they get the dervish dance feat at level 1. That's cool.
Yes, they get Dervish Dance in place of Bardic Knowledge, and they get the Battle Dance in place of the normal Bardic performances on some of the types.
So technically we're both bards.
Yeah, I'm a Bard. I've been making reference to that the whole time. I wondered if you'd realize that.
All you talked about was like you're not going to have one specific class because you're going to be like triple classed or something.
The build is built to be a martial rogue. Well, I shouldn't say that. A rogue-like monk.
But we both have different archetypes. I'm going to eventually be wearing full plate and casting all my spells with no spell failure chance.
Yeah, I'm eventually going to be fighting like a dervish with all my monk immunities and stuff. I'm not going to be fighting like a monk either.
Craziness. It'd be cool if you could use the scimitar with flurry.
I don't actually have flurry.
Well, not yet. You're level 1.
No, I mean, my archetype doesn't get it. I have
I've got a question
actually...
for you, Nick.
Hold on a second. I have a barbarian that uses flurry with a great sword. So there is a way to do it.
Oh, wow.
That
That's
sounds
amazing.
interesting.
Yeah, what is it? Weapon master. There's a weapon master archetype or something that allows you to flurry with a weapon of your choice. Like you have one specific weapon.
Oh, this is a feat.
That makes any weapon a monk weapon?
No, that makes one specific weapon a monk weapon. The catch is it's the favorite weapon of your deity.
Oh, okay.
He's a barbarian, cleric of Gorum, monk, martial artist, alchemist, ranger.
Everything.
He's a walking Swiss Army knife.
Pretty much.
He's a little squishy, but he's very effective. He's not just a big melee guy. He actually contributes quite a bit to a party in different situations.
You're gonna need that short rest thing to get your defensively off there.
Yeah, probably. What's your question, Kyle?
I have a buckler on my one hand. If I use a scimitar and decide to use it two-handedly, I lose my buckler bonus, correct? Or do I keep it?
You lose it the round you use that arm to attack with, yes.
Okay, that's what I figured it was.
Though
I could not find the
sure.
specific rule. I could not find the specific rule. I know if you use your shield to attack, you lose your shield bonus. But I didn't know if you use, like if you just gripped your sword with two hands, if you get to keep it or not.
Either grip your sword with two hands or use a secondary weapon in your offhand. I believe that one's in the FAQ. But what I'm not sure on is, hell, I'm losing my thought. What was it? I'm not sure if the attack penalty to using weapon in your buckler hand applies when you're using a two-handed weapon. I don't think it does.
It don't. I did research that one. I just couldn't find the do I lose my shield bonus.
Well, the idea is you only get the shield bonus when you can actively use that hand, that arm, for defending, and when you're attacking with it, you can't.
Yeah, most of the time I'm going to be using my hand as a casting hand, so that's the reason why I kept it. It gives me utility, but it's also nice because I get +1 to my armor.
Okay. You continue up the corridor for approximately 2,500 feet, and it's taken about 30 minutes to get all the party up there, and then the tunnel opens up into a large cavern about 70 feet across. There are cylindrical rock formations along the walls arching up to make a dome-like chamber, but the walls and floor are riddled with cracks. At the center of the cave, a stone tower that may have once reached a 50-foot high ceiling has collapsed on its side. The north and south of this map is solid rock. Sorry, I didn't have a map to match. And the exit is to the east. And as you come in there, you hear commotion, a little bit of yelling and so forth coming from the south end of the rock pile in the center of the room.
When I do hear that, can I cast a bless on everyone?
Yes.
I think we have a little too much morale in this party. Like, seriously, I don't think any of our bonuses are going to stack.
Does this mean rage isn't going to do anything for me?
Yours is morale to your stats.
No, you get some
Yeah.
morale to a saving throw, I believe.
Yeah, just morale to a saving throw, that's it. Mine's only a morale bonus to fear. Different.
Then I would suggest that you don't worry about memorizing that one from now on, because I'm almost always going to have Inspire Courage up, and it's going to be equal to or better than Bless at all times.
Actually, no. That's competence, not morale.
No, it's a morale bonus to attack and damage rolls and to saves against fear.
No.
You're
competence.
talking about Inspire Competence, not Inspire Courage.
No.
No, it's a competence bonus for attacks and damage.
Thank you.
Morale to saving throw.
Yeah, it's not going to stack with his bless because you say it's a morale versus fear effects. The saving throw bonus I provide is a morale versus fear effects.
Yeah, our morale for saving throw is not going to stack, but our attacks will stack. Your attack bonus is a competence bonus. Mine's a morale bonus.
Okay.
So, people in front of us.
Yes, there are people in front of you, and from what you can tell, it looks like one of them is trapped in part of the rubble.
I'll move to assist.
Oh, we'll definitely follow him on that.
We're just gonna have like a whole army by the time we leave here.
Except these guys are hostile.
And as you move up,
They become hostile by default. Never assume that.
No. I will keep that in mind.
as you move up, one of them comes up further than the other one, and where did my images go?
Rashidi will indicate to you, Flair, to stay behind him. You don't actually have to do that. That's just what the character would do.
Other one is-
Well, isn't that a nice one?
Oh, he's an interesting character.
Sorry, guys. There were slim pickings for these. Okay, these two characters come up, and the one with the horn growing out of the side of his head, they're kind of in defensive postures. And who are you? What do you want?
Greetings. I am Rashidi al-Irzati. I have come to help. You seem to have been affected by the cave-in, as were we. We are looking for a way out of here. Can we assist you on freeing your compatriot?
If your intentions are truly good, then yes, you can. If they're not, please move on. But if you are here, as you say you are, please help us. As you can see, we've cleared away most of the rubble, except one big rock.
Alright. I will sheathe my sword and undo the weapon cord, and then move to assess the situation. I'm not going to be able to move any of the stuff.
And he takes you over to where the fallen henchman is on the floor, and you can see that there is indeed a large rock trapping him in place.
Alright, my light spell's on my sword, but that seems a little too aggressive, so I'm going to recast it on a pebble nearby and hold that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast a spell on this guy. Flair, could you move some of these rocks? They're a bit much for me.
Before you get too antsy there, Flair, cast Touch of Good, which will give you a +1 to your strength bonus check.
Alright, do I have to put that in manually?
I'm going to come over to assist as well.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how to do ability score increases.
There isn't a way. Ability scores don't work that well in this game.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I had something that would do it, and then they changed the internal code so that that part doesn't exist anymore.
Together, you two have not moved it.
I'll assist.
Okay.
Maybe if the bard sings for you. I'm sorry, I'm going to have a hard time not referencing Darkness Rising.
Okay. You all have managed to roll the boulder off of him. And
Is he clearly wounded? Because he looks healthy.
yes, he is wounded.
Alright, I'll get in between the middle, and looks like our one friend's hurt a little as well, and I'll give her one a channel.
I think you can area select. Yeah. Are you familiar with that option?
I do not know how to area select. That would be nice to know.
The 9 dots in the left-hand corner selection mode, that gives you drag and drop box. Or drag and pull box, or whatever you want to call it.
Interesting. Okay.
It actually looks like you have everybody targeting you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Whoops.
Yay. Yeah, I've never actually used the selection mode.
There you go. Click, click, click.
Measure. Perfect. Only got 8 of them.
I suppose you could also choose the target friendly, target enemy.
Well, needless to say, they are very appreciative of you freeing them and helping them free their compadre.
Now you die! No, just kidding.
You are welcome to join us as we search for an exit out of here.
And have some XP for the dwarf.
Woohoo!
You.
And story award.
You.
What do you have as needed for level 2? What progression are you using?
You need 2,000. Medium.
Thank you.
Okay. You notice that in the NPCs, Aniva she's kind of curious about the mongrel men and so forth. And, well, Horgus is just absolutely disgusted by them. And, he's saying, we shouldn't trust him, we shouldn't trust him. And
I agree, we shouldn't trust them, but under the circumstances, trust is not a luxury that we have. We must work together if we're all going to leave alive.
Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. Or so goes the saying.
Or keep them all moving when everyone's in threat.
Can't we all just get along?
Nah, it's too many people for that. Once you get a crowd, you start getting animosity.
Oh, absolutely. Anyway, they're very thankful, and they offer to help you find a way out. They're going to take you back to their settlement of Neathome, and their chieftain will surely reward you for saving Krell's life, and it'll give you an opportunity to rest up and get something to eat if you're all hungry.
I appreciate your offer, but I am a bit of a hurry to try to get back to the surface, to the human city. There was trouble there when we left. It was partially the reason we are down here, against our wills, and I fear for the safety of the people above. I think it would be best if we hurried as quickly as possible back to the surface, indicating me and my fellows.
The quickest route is through Needhome. That is the quickest way for you all to reach the surface. And my king will definitely want to talk to you, or my chief will definitely want to talk to you about what is transpiring on the surface. And Alwyn, from what you can tell, he's being honest.
Well, if that is indeed the fastest way, then perhaps we should follow these fine fellows to their home. Perhaps we could all use with a little bit of rest.
I am reluctant to agree, but sounds like good wisdom. If it is on their way, it is not an issue then.
Lead.
Okay.
Assuming they're leading us out the east. I'd feel like a real dumbass if they lead us back out the west.
Yes.
Oh, you guys are missing us right over here.
You missed the hidden entrance. You weren't rolling your search checks. I'm sorry, perception. This isn't 3.5 any longer.
In the other game, I actually have a hotkey that /E searches for traps right next to my perception, and the GM has it hotbarred. You find nothing. and he has it as a whisper, so like half the game we're sitting there just hotbarring back and forth to each other, and the rest of the party's like dum de dum de dum.
This blows.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him about that. He needs to at least put it in the chat so the players know what's going on.
Okay. This tunnel winds north. You head east and it circles around to the north, and it continues north for about another 15 minutes before it reaches a circular 20-foot diameter cavern. There are 4 mongrel men standing guard here before a large stone door. The guards immediately see the 3 mongrel men that you're with, and they rush over.
And they attack us.
They rush over and start conferring with Lan and so forth, and the mongrel men, and they're talking and.
Well, unless they were going to purposefully try to exclude me, I would actually walk right up with them and introduce myself to the guards.
Well, they have all decided that yes, you do need indeed to be taken to see the chief. And they walk over to the stone door and start to open it. And it opens up into... You see a small dark lake rippling in the center of this 200-foot wide cavern. The walls and ceiling are aglow with thick sheets of luminescent fungi. In the center of the lake, there are over 24 low stone buildings clustered on a rocky 100-foot wide island. Lights glow in the windows of the building, giving the settlement an almost welcoming look. There are rafts made of mismatched planks of timber bobbing along the length of a crooked pier at the lake's closest shore.
Oh no! Copy
What?
too much again.
Yes, that I did.
Oops.
Oops. You think I would have caught that the first time I read through it? Okay.
Well,
You have
so
rafts in
some
front of you, and they're leading you and motion you to get on the rafts, and you can see that the other 3 Mongol men are getting on the rafts, and they're saying, "Come on, we'll go see Chief Saul."
Oh, get on the raft.
Are the rafts steady, or are we gonna have to like worry about falling in the water?
You might be a little nervous, but no one else seems to be worried.
All right.
Better call Saul.
All right, so who's in the heavy scale mill?
I'm in chain, so I might want to get out of my chain again. So yeah, I'll get out of my chain shirt or chain armor. Chain
Nope,
mail.
I'm just wearing light.
Oh,
Make sure we have
I won't swim. I sink.
like cripples, so make sure that the cripples get on safely.
Yep.
Okay, and everyone has managed to get on these rickety old rafts, and they take you across to the island and lead you up into the chamber room of the chief. And where the chief is, you see a bloated and unpleasant-looking but mild-mannered mongrel with one clouded white eye. You're gonna love this image.
Oh boy.
I need an adult. I definitely need an adult.
That's an interesting sight when you're trying to eat expired nacho-flavored pretzels.
And Horace is just absolutely disgusted. And he's like, we need to get out of here. And uh, the elf, you can hear him muttering to himself about there's gotta be entire societies of mole people living under the city.
Gonna try to convince Horgus to calm down.
It could be worse things. I hear that under Absalom they have a society of large dung-eating creatures. Monstrous abominations that roam underneath their city. This is not quite so bad.
I've seen worse.
Okay, the chief motions you all forward, and Lan steps up and starts talking to the chief, and he's relaying your efforts to free him and so forth. And the chief listens, and he's nodding his head, and then he looks over at your party and asks you to explain your presence in the tunnel.
Well, unfortunately, we were brought down here of not of our will, due to a combat that took place up on the surface. Rent the earth in twain.
What?
Demons invaded the city, hole open. We fell in hole.
Who did? Who invaded the
We
city?
fell in hole. Demons.
A Baelor.
Whoa, yeah, he is, he's quite concerned. He's like, the tremors, they shook our tunnels and caused so much damage, We have no idea what caused it.
Are you aware of the Crusades above?
There you go.
He kind of leans back and he's laughing, and he's like, we might be outcasts and freaks in the eyes of uplanders like you, But our ancestors helped drive back the demons in the first crusades. I want to see them defeated as much as anyone who lives above.
Forgive me, I meant no offense. I simply did not know how you came to be here. If you were in some way associated with those above. It was just an ignorance on my part. I apologize. But it would seem that the Crusaders above have caused a retaliation by something from the world wound, something very large, that had attacked the town and, as my companion said, split the earth in twain.
Well, we will stand with the inhabitants of the city to defend against the great demon horde. If you would take my message to them.
We can do that, of course.
Gladly.
And he nods that he nods in agreement, and he goes on to tell you that the nearest route to the surface lies to the south. But the exit is guarded by a tribe of mongrels, who do not in fact have the same opinions of those of Needhome. In fact, the smaller tribe, a group he contemptuously calls the traitors, have consorted some time with the cultist.
This cult wouldn't happen to include a dwarf in it, would it?
No. And he is talking about cultist of Baphomet.
Oh.
Oh. And you know, for the time being, he has just ignored them, but that time has passed. And if you all would agree to destroy the traitors as you make your way back to the surface, you know, he promises you aid in the form of a small stash of potions. Unfortunately, he can't spare any soldiers, as he needs them to fan out deeper into the tunnels to gather the other mongrel tribes. Because, you know, we need to be ready to rise up and help take back the city. And
I rolled a check.
you can tell that he's being honest.
Okay.
I
Let's go.
appreciate your offer, but it is not soldiers that we need right now. It is food. I will indicate the rest of the people who are with us. We have a number amongst us, some injured, and we have been trapped down here with no provisions. Right now, what we could use is food.
But of course, forgive my manners, and you will be provided with food, and you're welcome to stay and rest as long as you want.
You really want to eat what's down here?
I don't think we need to rest that much.
Well, Horgus is definitely, he doesn't want to wait down here any longer. You know, we need to get back to the surface immediately. You know, he's got business investments to check on and protect, and
Your business can wait.
our Vash the elf, you know, he's talking to some mole people. And
Is he even aware that they're Mongols?
uh yes, but you know, he's never truly met one face to face, and he's just interested
He still hasn't
as can
seen any.
be. Exactly.
Good sir,
Alright.
you are always free to leave. The exit's that way. But if you want to stay healthy, I advise you to stay with us.
Oh no, I was planning on leaving too. I just wanted to throw out the offer of food so that I could throw it back at Horgus later when he complains. I've been
And
watching.
actually,
we gonna
I
go
have
kill cultists.
I have enough trail rations to last us for a while.
Have you told Horgus this?
Have I told Horgus that? No. You just saw me loot all of the rations that were piled around because you couldn't carry them yourself.
I saw you loot them. Was Horgus nearby?
No, he was out in the hallway. Like the 10 set of 10 rations, he was out arguing with the woman that's married to another woman, and then for that set of 6, he was at the bottom left-hand corner of the cave. He wouldn't have been able to see exactly what we were doing up there.
Exactly. I've been watching Game of Thrones lately. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna go kill some cultists. Anyone want to join me?
I think we should take the opportunity to rest. I know that this good elf over here has used some of her magic. I don't know if you need to rest after your ordeal and after channeling the energy to aid the one that was under the boulder.
I'm just warmed up.
What? You trying to like signify that you have gravel in your throat or something at all times?
Yeah, as my character, yeah.
I think you hit an all-time max testosterone level for your characters.
I'm going for a low intelligence one. Come on.
Oh, okay.
He's a little slow in the head.
Hey, easier role-playing.
Well, I got a wisdom score. It's not like Darren, where I don't have shit. I'm rude. I'm not smart. I'm not wise.
So, I'm all for just continuing on. I don't think we're in a bad spot.
Okay.
Are we losing the 3 mongrels in the party or in the combat tracker?
Yes, you will be losing 3 mongrels in the combat tracker, and give me just a second to drag some potions over for you.
Yeah, just to get
There
you
we
an idea,
go.
I still have Burning Disarm, Protection from Evil, 1 heal, and 6 channels, and 6 touch of goods.
Really? You're going to list off all your spells to the people you just met? I thought you had a high wisdom.
Oh no,
Bum-bum-ch.
player.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
The
Alright.
character has the high wisdom, not necessarily the player.
Wait a minute.
Oh, burn.
I thought you said you had good saving throws on Rashidi. How could you not resist?
There is always
Oh.
the option of voluntarily failing.
And for the sake of comedic relief, you voluntarily failed.
Makes sense to me.
Are we going to split up these potions, like 1 apiece, or how do you want to do this?
I'd rather not have a potion. Honestly, if I need a potion, I'm not going to be conscious to use it.
Okay. I'll hold on to them if you want. I still have the extra carrying... do they weigh anything? Are they a pound apiece?
No, they're weightless.
Or I'll just pass them out to people when they need them.
And I got a couple more, and I'm gonna drag over there. And did y'all decide to rest overnight or not? Moving on.
I'm ready to move on.
Sounds like everybody's ready to move on.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't be a wizard.
You miss out on all that mongrel food. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's got to be better than trail rations, right? Right?
Why don't you go find out?
I think everything's better than trail rations.
Okay. As you're all preparing to part out, you know, the chief gives you a bag containing a small stash of the potions and so forth. And once again, he wants to make sure that you deliver his message to the Crusaders that the mongrel men and Needhome will stand with the city.
Your message shall be delivered.
And he wishes you luck in the journey, and he eagerly awaits to hear word of whether the Crusaders wish them to join the battle above.
Hey, Albert, what weapon do you have?
Scimitar. Scimitar and a buckler.
And story award.
Woohoo!
Oh boy.
This game's easy.
So far.
What is it? What is it you said, Nick? It's gonna handhold us into level 4 and then slap us across the face.
No, it handholds to about level 4, then it gets a little bit of teeth, and then when it hits level 7 is when it really starts hitting the equal to higher CRs consistently.
Cool. Sounds like fun.
No, not really, but
Okay. He leads you up to a door which is opened and says it continues, you know, the way out is down this way. Well, this tunnel is winding in a southeast direction for approximately 2,000 feet. Takes you about 26 minutes. It narrows down at a point to a 5-foot wide passageway. The walls carved with picks and chisels. And we get a new map.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Ha ha ha.
Take it we're dragging a dwarf in rope behind us.
I
Or
thought we
did
let
we
him
just kind
die.
of leave him there? No, Nick stabilized him.
I tried.
No, not
it
with
failed.
that roll. Not with that roll.
Gotcha. Well, it's out of our hands.
Heck, he failed by more than 5, so it would have caused him more damage.
Can you do that with a heal check?
Yeah, if you fail by more than 5 points, they take another point, don't they?
I don't think so.
I might be thinking 3.5 again.
I was gonna say.
That was a good rule, though. If you don't know what you're doing, you could definitely screw somebody up.
Oh yeah, definitely. He has no identification on him, so I don't even know what he's talking about. So all my concern for him went away. NPCs need to learn to rant with more specific information.
Hey guys, I got somebody at the door. Can we take 5?
Be fine with me.
Thanks.
See you soon.